What's popping, y'all? DaBaby just had to get into some sort of a controversy with after coming back from a massive cancellation and his first hit song in years that I have been in full support of. I've been a part of the DaBaby agenda, the baby over Lil Baby agenda for quite a while. And this all started the other day.
Hey, Rocky, stay out of his way.
So what happened here is an artist had painted a portrait of DaBaby's daughter's form and wanted to give it to him as a gift. And DaBaby took a look at it and just walked off. Didn't say a word or anything. People felt that this was rude. This started spreading across social media, etc. And then the guy who made it, B White Creations, he would post and say, here's the viral painting, guys. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But hey, shout out to DaBaby and his beautiful family. God bless. And then he would go on. And DaBaby, he would react to this in a video clip as well as an Instagram post.
And another thing too, man, is y'all starting to get on my motherfucking nerves. Talking about Buddy with this painting of my two of my daughters that he presented to me outside of a nightclub or whatever. First and foremost, I'm not the type of father that I'm not into, like, you know, grown men discussing my daughters, painting pictures of my daughters, taking pictures of my kids. I don't play like that. If you play like that, to each his own. You see what I'm saying? Like, more power to you. Send a picture of your daughters, let them paint them, and then show them some appreciation. Number two, I'm not accepting no painting of my daughters outside of a nightclub. Number three, you see what I'm saying? You feel a way about, you know, the principles I stand on with my kids and how far I go to protect them. That ain't none of my concern. Be more grateful to it. Let's go.
This had a lot of people scratching their heads. It really had me scratching my head. And he would follow it up with a post saying, you still got my daughters on your page as a grown man after I made it clear I ain't comfortable with that. Steady playing for this online attention. We know DaBaby does not play. He's probably going to chase this guy down with this security, and they're going to play a slip and slide in the in the bowling alley like he did with his baby mama's brother. So when God put me back in front of you, I'm going to show you how serious I am about my daughters. Best advice I can give you: get my children off your page and keep doing what you gifted at doing. Using my kids ain't the route to go if you want to go viral. That's the route to go if you want to get hurt. This a father talking, not a rapper. Oh my goodness. This is how you know. I think this is the biggest indication of a sick, demented, perverted society, is when the first thought of DaBaby, and a lot of people followed him after he said this, is that this guy drew your daughters to give them to you, and he's a weirdo for doing that. It's like, wait, what? Like, do these people not even see? Do you think that is the behavior of a guy that's a creep? A creep is never going to let you know. They're going to be hiding. They don't want to be in public. It's just... and not even a creep, like somebody, and this is why I say, I'll get to this a little bit later. But my point here is that, number one, I could understand this if DaBaby didn't post his kids to the internet. DaBaby posts his kids to the internet. So he's talking about, I'm not playing about my daughters. I'm not, respecting my daughters. He puts his daughters on social media in front of millions of people, subjected to millions of people. This is why, like, my whole philosophy is keep your kids off the internet. Am I going to tell people to do that? No, I'm not going to prescribe to people what they should do. But you'd be shocked at how weird, and I'm talking about like the level of perversion is sky high, and people are putting their kids out there is insane. So random guys are constantly seeing photos of DaBaby's real kids and doing God knows what, right? Like think about it. If 1 million people are seeing it, 1 in 1 million is already enough to be disturbing. But that's not, happening to him in person. And some people were saying, well, like, he didn't consent to it. Like, are you being serious right now? How is he going to consent to it? Is the person going to ask him? Oh, no, he should only draw. Like, it's okay if, and then this is the thing. He says, a grown man. So if it was a woman drawing his daughters, would that be okay? And this is the irony about it, is what have we seen countless dozens of headlines for in the past couple of years? Has it been male teachers with young female students? And by young, we're talking like middle school. Or is it middle school female teachers with middle school boys getting arrested left and right. So really, statistically speaking, from what we've seen, he should be more scared if it's a female that's doing something like this. Not to a female, not to a daughter, but let's say a son or something of that nature. Another influencer would reply. This guy was a basketball player at a point in time, I believe a college basketball player and also an NBA 2K creator. And he would say, I probably would have never realized how weird something like this is until I had kids of my own. I don't give a F how talented you are. No grown man. And this is another thing that they go after. No grown man. There is this notion that even despite all of the headlines we're seeing, all of the arrests, not just headlines, not just accusations, arrests we are seeing of female teachers behaving in committing crimes with underage boys, that they just keep saying grown man. Like, at least say grown person. But this is why these people are not thinking logically. They're not. No grown man should be painting pictures of my kids, let alone my daughter. To each their own, though, I guess. And this is another thing, let alone my daughter. Oh, there are like a lot of young male victims. We're seeing this. It's everywhere. And I'm in a complete agreement with this guy if he doesn't have his kids on social media. If you have your kids on social media, you are consenting to them being in the public eye. It's like saying, oh, I can't believe this person took a photo. Well, I think a photo is a little bit different. Like, for example, paparazzi. Paparazzi are constantly taking photos of celebrities' kids. Well, while they're with the celebrity, too. And that's because they're out in public. Same thing. Like, when you post your kids on social media, there's this big terms and conditions. But this is the thing. Like, somebody like DaBaby, he's impulsive, he's dumb, and he's very hard to like. That's why I say, like, I love DaBaby's music. I love DaBaby's work ethic. And that's why I wanted to see him win. And he's winning right now, which is great. But if you think DaBaby is going to, like, can rub two atoms together in his brain to, like, spark up some fire, he cannot. Unless it has to do something with bars. And Charleston White would react to this because this guy that's the artist is somewhat related to Charleston.
Shout out to B White Creations. And I just want to say, I never really liked DaBaby. I just never really liked DaBaby. I ain't really into his music. I remember he was coming through Fort Worth. And the reason I ain't never liked DaBaby, because I first seen him in Austin, Texas, walking around naked with a pamper on as a grown man. So I don't like a grown man with the name DaBaby, no way. But the guy who drew the picture for him is my second cousin. His name is B White. He runs an art studio called B White Creations. Very reputable guy. Every celebrity, and I mean every celebrity who have come through the Dallas-Fort Worth area, B White Creations have drawn a picture for. He's very popular. He's drawn pictures for everybody. He don't ask for no money. He does this, and he's very creative. He does this on wood. So he does this on wood. So he's drawn this for me. He draw this on wood canvas. So he draws this on wood canvas. He draws this on wood canvas. BWhiteCreations.com. So this just not no pervert guy. This just not no pervert guy that's drawing pictures of DaBaby's daughter. This is a guy who, if he admire you, he's drawn pictures for everybody. He's drawn this for me. He's drawing a picture of me and my kids right now. He's drawing a picture of my daughter. He drew pictures of my wife. He drew pictures of my girlfriends. So this guy does a lot of art. So for DaBaby to get on there, man, I don't want no, you post your kids. You brag about mistreating women for your daughters to her. Now, man, these just come up with all. See, the rap suck each other deep. And I wish I would see any one of these try. That's why I can't wait. I be waiting for one of these hoes to confront me. See, these rap suck each other. Let me just say this. When God put us in this position, all the man did was, out of gratitude, admiration, respect, and love, brought a picture to you. And because God done lifted you up, these people look up to you, they admire you, and sometimes they idolize us. They idolize us so much where they want to draw things for us and give us something. The Bible says if you give a prophet a cup of water. So if a man respects you, he admires you, he sees you in a prophet kind of realm. Come to give you a gift out of love, admiration and respect, and you reject.
So to be honest, I think Charleston White is cooking here. And this is why I've said this a couple of different times. Like, yo, all that, the best thing you can do, like, prevention is the best medicine. Because now there's at least one person in this world, where there were probably none before, that think that this guy's weird in some way because of how this narrative is being painted. So what is the best thing to do? Stay away from kids, especially if you're a man. Don't coach no kids' teams. Don't coach no little leagues. Don't do no big brother. Don't be a teacher. F them kids. Because, like, this is the thing. Like, this guy, he had good intentions. He went through hard labor this is something that he gets paid for. He went through labor to do this and to give it as a gift. And what does he get painted with? Oh, yeah, dude, you're weird. And it just takes one situation like that. So, yeah, you might think, like, man, these poor kids, they need some guidance. F them kids. They can go through whatever pipeline they end up going through. You need to protect your own reputation, which is to never interact or do anything, like anything of the sort, message, reply to anybody under the age of 18. That's it. Because it's so easy to get painted like this in the most ridiculous ways possible, like we're seeing with this DaBaby situation. Like, this guy's trying to make it seem like this guy's a weirdo. Like, it's understandable you don't want to take it, but you didn't need to respond to this situation. You could have just kept it pushing. Everybody already thinks you're an a-hole, DaBaby. Well, you are an a-hole. Like, do we remember the private jet incident? Do we remember DaBaby, the private jet incident where he was, like, insulting a lady for her hair? That was one of the people working on the private jet. Do we remember him smacking a female? Like, let's be real here. DaBaby's a complete a-hole. And we already understand that. So he could have just kept this pushing instead of trying to, like, gaslight the public and label this guy a weirdo. And then some people are like, well, like, he's kind of got a point. It's kind of weird that he did that, when that didn't even cross the guy's mind. It's like certain things that, like, people think is, like, gay in American culture. In other cultures, they're not even thinking about it like that. But they do in the US. They do here. So I just think that this whole situation was blown completely out of proportion. And like I said, the prescription, the only advice that I would give is, to avoid this at all costs. And it's sad and it's unfortunate, but hey, listen, this is the last thing you want to be painted as. Especially, you got, like, pred catches. The sensitivity to this is at an all-time high, but for some reason, like, the grown women, quote unquote, are just getting away with it, and the stigma is still just on, like, grown man is the person that's perpetrating this, which they are, but there's we're seeing the arrests. You can't deny that. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.